There you go. New tornado warning. That is for Cape Girardeau. That is for Scott City. That's for the airport area. It's for this tornado that hit the Advance area, was headed towards the Delta area. Looks as though it has become aloft briefly. And again, we've got our tower cam kind of pointed into the storm. I don't know if we're going to be able to see this or not. It's a little darker now than it was the last time because it's later at night, and so we don't have the sunlight to kind of help us light things up. But the lightning's lighting it up, but that kind of messes with things. All right, so now I just got a brand new reflectivity. So based on what Cassie told me, this possible tornado is right here at the intersection of 25 and 74, basically. So yeah, that's right at Dutchtown. So that's moving right into Dalhousie right now. So it'll be in the Dalhousie area in about 2 minutes. It'll be in my neighborhood in 4 minutes. So mom, family, get back, make sure you're in the basement. This possible tornado is going to be in our neighborhood in about 4 minutes. And then it's going to be getting into the Cape Girardeau, the city area here pretty quickly. Are they still tracking it at 40 or are they 35 or what's the new speed on it?
The new speed is at 40.
40 miles per hour.
40. Okay, thanks. So I'm going to put a track on it so we can kind of get an idea. Again, it's right over Dutchtown right now. That's where this tornado is. If we have one on the ground, it's right over Dutchtown.
Hey, Grant, I know you mentioned your mom there and that she's gone through this before. Just let her know that we're thinking about her.
All righty, yeah. And I also want to put my mom's watching and she's going to be nervous. I want to put her mind at ease that this is nothing compared to what she went through in Alabama. This is nothing. House isn't going to blow away with this. At least our house won't. Your house won't either. But could take the roof off and could take part of the upper level off. That's why you need to be in the basement. All right, here are the communities. So Cape Girardeau at 7:49. So we're talking about our area here again. But this, I'm going to kind of talk to the folks here in the station. This is kind of headed our way in about 5 minutes. Now, with that said, it doesn't look quite as strong as what we saw last time. I'm going to zoom in because I had the angle of the tower cam towards Delta. We may need to change the tower cam. So I'm going to zoom in to kind of get an idea if somebody can move the tower cam just a bit. We can look at this. I want to kind of get an idea of where this circulation is in proximity to where the station is. Because I want to be able to make sure that I keep the station safe as well and get people into the basement. Again, it's unbelievable that we're going to have to go through this in 2 days. I think Kathy said she didn't do it in 30 years here. And we've got a tornado that's taking the exact same track.
We're getting pictures in from the Advance area and it looks like a pretty strong funnel. I can't see the ground because of trees, so I don't know if I can say tornado, but
that was earlier. It was going through the Advance area. Okay.
Yeah. Circulation heading toward Dutchtown and I-55 as per this latest scan in the NWS chat.
I keep hitting the wrong button. I've been doing this for too long over the past week. And to be thinking that I got another tornado going right towards my house is a little frustrating. So there it is. Okay. So what was the timestamp? The last two numbers on your timestamp for
40.
40.
So
yeah, it is. It's east of Dutchtown. So it's moving right in my neighborhood right now. It's moving right in my neighborhood right now. It's going to be moving over towards Menards. Again, close to the Cape High School. You folks need to be in your safe spot. I'm trying to think where we are, where the camera needs to be pointed. I can't really. Oh, that's the courthouse. That's the courthouse that I see lit. So if somebody could put the courthouse on the far right edge of the frame. So we need to move the camera slightly to the left, just slightly to the left. If somebody can get in, and if not, I can do it. But again, we've got a tornado moving in towards Cape. Okay, I think I see the funnel.
The latest scan on storm relative velocity grant shows a pretty tight signature just north of Dutchtown.
Right, and I think I see the tornado on the tower cam. I think I see it. So we need to get a lot of people in the safe spot again. Two days ago. So yeah, I see a tornado. Well, I see a funnel. I can't tell if it's on the ground or not. But I see a funnel that is moving into Cape Girardeau right now. Again, I'm getting old data. I'm going to walk up. Do me a favor, if you can, put the tower cam full on the screen for me real quick. I need to check another source here real quick.
The latest scan is, again, just northeast of Dutchtown.
Yeah, so that is moving into, all right, I want to make sure that is on, that's my ZDR. I need to make sure that's on ZDR, that's on CC. So what I'm looking at here, folks, and it's hard to tell, but we're looking right into that mesocyclone, and it's hard to tell because it won't get backlit, but it looks like there's a funnel of some sort right here. It's really hard to tell, so I really don't want to say that's it, to be honest with you. But all right, let's go ahead and put Max 1 behind me if we can. Again, I appreciate you guys. The booth is working so hard. So this tornado is moving through the Dalhousie area. It's probably right over Menards right now. If it is on the ground, we're going to take another look at the shear marker. And again, I'm still getting some old data. I'm going to see if we got a debris signature here. I do not see it. That's the good news. I do not see a debris signature. So definitely some good news. But we're getting some folks in our safe spot here in the building. And I'm probably going to do the same thing here in just a second. Matter of fact, I want to get one more look at it because I just got an update and to see what's going on. Jeff, are you going to say something?
Oh, I'm just saying we're heading to the basement again for the second time since I've worked here, 22 years, and the second time in
2 days.
2 days, yeah. I'm gonna let my daughter know. She's texting me. I'm okay, bud. I'm gonna head to the basement.
Right. So again, there's the tornado, and it's, according to this, it's in my neighborhood at this time, but this is going to be old, so it's probably crossing Interstate 55 right now. And here is the Shawnee Parkway. Again, this is Bloomfield, and this is William. So this is going to be going right, the same exits I called last time, 95 and 96. This is exit 99. Jackson, you're probably getting some large hail, but the possible tornado is moving in towards the Cape Girardeau area. It appears to be about 5 minutes from the station right now based on this. 5 minutes from the station if it is on the ground. So far, this has not turned purple, which is a good sign. I haven't seen any CC drop, which is how we look for debris. And I don't see the debris, which is good. But I do see a very, very tight circulation with this storm. Hopefully the storm is elevated and we're not seeing any tornadic development. But again, we've got based on this time, I want to see the timestamp over here on the latest one. I think we got about 4 minutes.
They just downloaded a new one.
All right, let me see this one real quick. I'm looking at the timestamp to see where it is. And it is, let's see, it is, okay, that was 49 and it's 50. This is great. So this is going to give me an exact timing. Okay, I'll go right where the station is. This storm is the tornado is 6 nautical miles from the station. 6 nautical miles from the station, moving at 30 miles per hour. It'll be here in just a few minutes. So, folks, we're going to do this again like we did. I'm going to bring the radar up full so you can see it. I'm going to take my phone. We're going to leave the microphone on so I can kind of keep up with what's going on. But we've got another tornado that is headed right towards I need to find my phone so I can have radar. We have another tornado that is headed right towards our building as we speak. So we got Max. We've got everything up here loaded. We've got about 4 minutes until this possible tornado hits right where our station is once again. And it continues to take the exact same track as the last one. I'm going to let somebody mute the TV so we don't get the mix minus on the air.
On the chat, Grant, I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if they can hear it. On the chat, it's saying a trained mobile spotter confirmed tornado on the ground between Dutchtown headed towards Gordonville. Now it's at 7:50.
Okay. So at 7:50, a tornado on the ground. It has moved east of Gordonville. So that is, here, I'm going to let you guys go on down. I need to be kind of halfway up so I don't get that echo. I'm good, thank you. So here's what we're doing, folks. Hopefully you can still hear me. There's a chance we lose power because we may take a pretty direct hit here. We had a tornado hit us or come right next to us on Wednesday, and here we are having to do the same thing again. So I've got radar. I've got me located on the radar so I can see exactly where this possible tornado is in conjunction to us. And yeah, it is about 3 minutes away. 3 minutes away from downtown Cape Girardeau. If this is on the ground, I'm seeing what could be a debris signature just based on reflectivity, not a total debris signature that we would normally see. So once again, a tornado headed into downtown Cape Girardeau. It is crossing the interstate. We've got another severe thunderstorm warning that is moving in towards the Poplar Bluff area. This is for hail and high winds. And there's another storm I'm watching closely east of Doniphan that is about to move into Butler County. We'll probably see another severe thunderstorm warning issued for that storm. And so we're going to continue to monitor this. But the worst thing we can see right now is headed right into downtown Cape Girardeau again.
A train spotter is falling behind the tornado.
Okay, there's a spotter that's chasing this tornado and keeping us informed. He's on the back side of it. So I guess we've got a tornado. I haven't seen, of course, I can't tell if it's confirmed or not by the warning on this. Here, would you put that on the table for me up there? Thanks.
Is northbound on Highway 25.
Northbound on Highway 25. Okay, so the tornado is east of Highway 25, so it takes a minute for it to get there. So we've got, this looks as though it may be, okay, so this looks as though it may be occluding and taking a left turn. So this may be taking a left turn, and if that does happen, it's going to it's going to cross Kings Highway, the north part of Kings Highway, north of William in about 2 minutes, and it's going to head towards the JC's golf course area if it's occluding. If it doesn't occlude, it's going to go towards downtown Cape Girardeau, right where we are. But it looks as though it's trying to occlude right now. I see reflectivity and everything is turning to the north. So it looks like it may miss the downtown area.
They're losing your audio a little bit, Grant. You want to try my mic?
All right, I'm going to keep coming up. I'm going to come up a little bit more. All right, so it looks like it's moving a little bit off to the north, and we may catch a break here. Mobile spotter observed tree damage on the side of the road. Yep. So we've got very strong winds, to say the least. This is going to be very gusty winds from exit 99 all the way down, looping, basically following Kings Highway throughout the entire city. We're going to see some very strong gusty winds. It looks like the couplet is going to be just north of the station now. So I'm going to give it one more loop, and then I'm going to go back into the studio if this is going to be the case. If it looks like it's going to miss us. It was so close. It's just, I can't imagine doing this twice in 1 week. We've got very strong winds, a very strong circulation. Any other reports from the spotters there, Cassie?
No, not that. A train spotter on Julian Lane, Cape reported wind picking up, and they're taking a mobile spotter confirmed tornado on ground. Downtown Gordonville is getting extreme rear flank.
Rear flank downdraft in Gordonville? Okay. So we're getting a lot of rear flank. So that's the strong winds. And what a rear flank downdraft is, folks, is it is the winds on the backside of a supercell, and it will be powerful. And that's what I'm seeing on Doppler radar that's moving right into downtown. So we may get winds gusting 60 to 80 miles per hour across the whole downtown area. That's going to do some tree damage and cause some issues. But the circulation itself, looks to be right where, well, that was old, so that's going to be, it's looking just south of highway or exit 99. So this is going to be going right through Lexington, I think, over Lexington, all those houses in Lexington. This is where this new spin up is headed. There's a roundabout at Lexington and W. This is going to be moving east of there. Malden Park it looks to be okay, Madeline, but it is right there. It's real close to Malden Park. I know I said Lexington, and some folks that know some folks that live there. We want to make sure that everybody's safe. So we've got some very strong winds moving in, and a possible tornado moving through Cape Girardeau. Looks like it's already done some damage to the west of Cape Girardeau, and other storms we continue to watch. We've got a supercell that's moving in towards Poplar Bluff right now. Right now it looks like mainly hail and high winds with that. Hail up to quarter-size hail. And we're getting lots of reports of flooding, folks. Lots of reports of flooding. This is going to be a nasty flooding night. Let's see. I just got a report of...
I'm trying to keep up with the chat.
This is tightening up just north of the station. It is just north of the station. So the northern parts of Cape Girardeau, I know we kept saying the southern parts, but when it occludes, it takes that left turn, and that's why these warnings are issued so wide, and it was headed right for us again, and it looks as though it is occluding, and we're getting that circulation on the north side of town. So if you live near the golf course, it's the JC's golf course, I think, close to that pilot house on the north side. That's right. That's JC's, right, Jeff?
Yeah. Right
okay,
there.
so that's where this is. So this is right there. This is right where that tornadic circulation is. And I know there's some friends of mine that are listening right now. I'm talking to you. It is headed right towards your house. So please be in your safe spot. It's going to be there in less than 2 minutes. It may already be there. But we've
That's
got
a strong drop on CC.
Yeah, it is a drop. It's a little noisy, but man, it kind of adds up. So what it looks like we're happening is it's occluding. I don't know if we're going to get a new circulation, but it is definitely to the north of the station. Winds are picking up outside. Right? Yeah, we're going to get nailed with very strong winds here at the station. So because we're going to get that gust front. The gust front, the rear flank downdraft, is moving right through downtown.
I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but...
So we've got... there's a very tight circulation right near the golf course, and so I'm going to be headed back into the studio because I need to get some roads to be calling out because this thing is tightening up significantly tightening up. We've got strong rotation. It is going to the north side of downtown. It's going to be probably very close to the casino, maybe just north of the casino in Cape Girardeau. It's going to be just northwest of the casino, but it's going to be, I'm going to get in here and kind of zoom in because I know a lot of folks in this area, and I know a lot of folks are in harm's way right now, so I want to make sure that they are okay.
Everybody or just us? Okay.
So again, we've got
set.
So the station's right here. We're getting hit with the rear flank downdraft. The tornado is actually right here now. On the north, here's Lexington. It's on the north side of Lexington. It is crossing Perryville Road as we speak. If it is on the ground, the circulation continues to tighten up right in Cape Girardeau on the north side. This is what I'm talking about right here. This tornado is located in this general area right here. So Cape Rock Road, you need to be seeking shelter. We're talking about the golf course I was talking about is right up here. So the circulation looks like it's going to be just south. That's why I needed to get in here to see the roads because the source I have, I can kind of guesstimate where it is. But here's our tornado. So the station is right here. The tornado's right here, and it's moving off to the northeast. So it's going to go towards North Sprigg Street. We've got southeast Missouri, where the softball field is at southeast Missouri. If you know where that is, that's where this circulation is moving right now. I know there's a lot of folks that live in the apartment complex right there on Lexington. This is going to be very, very close. There's a few apartment complexes that the students go to, please be in your safe spot. Get in a basement if you have it. If you don't have it, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. So I'm going to zoom out just a bit because we've got this possible tornado. No, it's confirmed. They've got, I'm losing my mic, so.
Yeah, confirmed tornado. They have it moving at about 45 miles per hour.
So I've got two confirmations. I've got one that's going up northeast of Jackson. I got one that's in the north side of Cape Girardeau. So let's kind of see. We just got an update here. So again, everybody in eastern Cape Girardeau County, you need to be in your safe spot. Even if you don't get the tornado, these rear flank downdraft winds are very, very strong. There's the tornado right there. It's more than likely a little farther north and east now. Let's see if we got, yeah, and that's what I think they're doing. I think they're saying, Cassie, what you were showing me, that CC drop.
Yeah.
So, all right, so we've gone from the purple shading on this tornado warning that was going through Cape Girardeau, and now we've got this new storm that's coming off to the, not yet, but thank you, off to the north and east of the Jackson area. So, Mom, Anita, Halen, the storm's gone for you right now. Just want to set your mind at ease. Thank you very much.
What about the folks in Jackson?
And Jackson, it's close because I don't know where people consider Jackson. In the eastern part of Jackson, they're not safe. They're still in harm's way in eastern Jackson. And the eastern part of Cape Girardeau. If you live west of Interstate 55, the tornado threat is over for the time being. It's not over for the night, but it's over for the time being. Notice numerous severe thunderstorms off to the west that are headed our way. The good news, that big tornadic signature we had with this storm, that really weakened. So hopefully that will be the trend, and we'll just get this line of storms. It brings us a lot of rain, a lot of wind. But right now we've got a tornado warning, a confirmed tornado that has been moving through the Cape Girardeau area and unfortunately kind of taking the same path. It did occlude and move to the north. You can even watch, I'll zoom in a little bit, and you can watch this. Well, no, I got to stop it to zoom in. So, but the whole storm turned to the north. So it was moving left, and what I think happened is it interacted with the warm front, touched down, and now it's north of the warm front. But you can see for folks in Jackson, I think most folks consider Jackson to be west of the interstate, but I don't know about some of these communities north and east. I know they still go to the Jackson school. So I definitely, yeah, Fruitland's under the gun right now. Jackson, the eastern parts of Jackson, this is where this possible tornado is right now. Near the Trail of Tears Park, headed towards Procter & Gamble. Those areas are under the gun for this tornado. And again, what did they say on the confirmation? Did they say anything about the confirmation? Is Storm Spotter, or did they get a TDS on it?
I'm trying to
Yeah, there it is right
radar
there.
indicated from the second one. Let me look at the one that's going into Jackson. That one, weather spotter confirmed tornado.
Okay, so we got a weather spotter still following it. And so what happened, and there it is, and again, it turned significantly north because it was headed right here. So again, as these storms weaken slightly, or we call it occluding, they take a sharp turn to the left. Doesn't mean the ground circulation is going to weaken like that. It's not like turning off a light. It takes a long time due to, I'm not going to get into the physics of it, but anyway, that just takes a long time. And you can see that inflow notch right there. So that's our tornado, and it's headed kind of towards that Procter & Gamble area. Let's kind of zoom in. We did get a new severe thunderstorm warning, a large severe thunderstorm warning that's been tagged possible tornado, and we'll continue to monitor that as well. But so here's Jackson. This is Fruitland right here, and Procter & Gamble is located right in here. That's right where this tornado is. It's right near the Procter & Gamble area and County Road 525, between State Highway Y, and I think it's Indian Creek that runs along this highway. So if you live near Indian Creek, east of Fruitland, this is where the tornado is headed right now. You need to be in your basement if you've got one. If you don't have a basement, I need you to find the lowest level of your home. Put as many walls between you and the outside. For you folks in Pocahontas and Oak Ridge, I know it's noisy right now. This circulation is going to be staying to your southeast. So this tornado will not be impacting you. And we've got again, another tornado warning out. for this storm, and that's where that tornado is. It's a very tight circulation, and again, it started near the Advance area and just kind of followed the same path, and you can see it right there. That's our possible tornado, and according to storm spotters, it is periodically on the ground doing damage. We've gotten reports, of some debris and stuff flying from the air, so we definitely want to take this seriously as it moves off towards Procter & Gamble, Highway 177 out of Fruitland towards Procter & Gamble. That's where this tornado is. So Jackson, like uptown Jackson, you're fine. This is out of here, even though it's very noisy, very stormy. I wouldn't go outside or anything, but the tornado is past that area, as well as Cape Girardeau, the city itself. I know we still have a tornado warning, but the actual circulation is now north of the city of Cape Girardeau.
Grant, we might want to give them a heads up. Advance, Delta, into the Cape Girardeau. Again, that severe thunderstorm warning that they just issued with the tornado possible. These people that were just hit could potentially be getting hit with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and about quarter-sized hail with that tornado possible tag.
So here's what she's talking about, this storm right here. And this is going to be more of a type of a bookend vortex type. If a tornado forms, it's probably going to be south of Marble Hill. But yeah, Jackson, you got hail moving in. Not Jackson, sorry. Advance and Delta, like she said, the cleanup continues. And I know Advance just got hit by a tornado. And you've got very strong winds moving in and the likelihood of large hail. What's our hail marker on that storm moving towards Advance?
Close to 2.
Wow. Okay, so the hail core itself looks like it's going to just miss Advance to the north. So we're talking about golf ball size hail. Every once in a while the storm can spit it out, which means it would fall farther away from the hail core than normal. But this is what I'm talking about right here. So remember where I said if a tornado forms, it's going to be just south of Marble Hill? That's what I'm watching right there. That kink right there could possibly turn into a tornado. Very strong winds moving into Advance right now. A very strong gust front, and that's going to move right up 65. And then that's going to move into my neighborhood, and we've got roof damage. And I tell you what, this has just been just a rough week, has it not, folks? But you know what? We're going to get everybody through it. So again, a possible tornado trying to form south of Marble Hill. We'll continue to monitor that, but I want to get back to the actual tornado that is on the ground, and this is near the Procter & Gamble area in Cape Girardeau County as it heads off to the north and east. This is it right here, and it's about to cross the river here shortly and go into Union County. It's about to go into the Union County area. Let's take a look see if I've got a sheer update on it.
Hey, Grant?
Yes, sir.
We're in reports of a Task Force 1, which is the flooding rescue team heading to Van Buren. I know you've talked about the flooding risk that we're all going to see.
Right,
we
right.
don't have any more information than that. I don't want to overstate it, but we just know that the task force is headed there.
So it sounds like to me, if that's what's the case, is that there could possibly be somebody stuck in water.
Let's hope not.
And let's hope not. Please, this is not the night to go driving around, to go look at anything. This flood water is going to be serious. The amount of force we're going to be seeing with the flood water is intense. Speaking of intense, the tornado is right over the Procter & Gamble area right now, and is probably actually crossing the river into Union County. Looks like it's headed towards the Wolf Lake community. Wolf Lake is under the gun for this tornado that is headed your way. Again, it's moving off to the northeast at about 45 miles per hour. I don't know exactly where the warm front is. Matter of fact, I'm going to step aside because this helps me decide on my decision making. I need to see where this warm front is, so I'm going to kind of take a look here real quick at some surface data to see where it is. Again, we've got a possible tornado right near Procter & Gamble right now. Actually, you know what? It'll be easier for me to look at this.
I was just going to say, it looks like right along Cape Girardeau and then into southern Illinois.
So
south of
Chester's knocked out, 56 there. Carbondale, oh yeah, 53. Okay, once this storm moves across the Mississippi River, it should weaken rapidly. Okay, that helps out. What's Cape's dew point now? 62 still. Poplar Bluff is still 59. Yeah, we don't need to see those 70s. That's bad in Kentucky. All right, so we've got a tornado possibly on the ground right near Procter & Gamble. It's crossing the Mississippi River, and it's headed towards Carbondale. With that said, what did I say? Carbondale was 53 the dew point?
Yeah, it's in the 50s.
So Carbondale's, I know there's folks watching me right now in Carbondale. Probably the roommates of my daughter. The Carbondale is 53, so it's going to be very hard to get a tornado to hit Carbondale with a 53-degree dew point today. But this storm is headed that way. This storm is headed towards Carbondale, but it's located right here. And again, it's got to have crossed the river by now based on the speed that it's moving. So let's back things out. If you're just tuning in, of course, we've got another tornado that just almost took another direct hit into downtown Cape Girardeau. And as it was doing so, it quickly veered to the left, and that's what's headed towards Procter & Gamble now. I've got another circulation that's trying to develop south and east of Marble Hill, but it extends a very strong storm with 60 to 70 mile per hour winds, moving into Advance and Delta right now. So yes, Delta, that tornado has moved out of your area. I need everybody to still be in that safe spot where they took everybody because you're about to get hit by some very strong winds and the possibility of some hail. Another very intense storm. The warning was just canceled. It's right over Poplar Bluff. I kind of expect another severe thunderstorm warning at least to be issued. And based on this storm, the way it's moving, it's going to be moving into a very favorable environment. And this storm near Thayer, Missouri, is going to be moving into a very favorable environment once it moves into the Boot Heel. We've got a little isolated storm near Weakley County. We'll watch that because that's headed towards Murray, Kentucky, and that is in a very prime area. Thankfully, we don't have a lot of lift here because if we had scattered storms in this area right now, they'd all be producing tornadoes more than likely because that is a very ripe environment when it comes to tornadoes. And again, Van Buren seeing some serious flooding concerns. Look at all these, everybody in our western counties, all the Ozark counties are under flood warnings. Boulder County is under a flood warning. Cape Girardeau County is under a flood warning. This is going to be the event. There's going to be a significant flooding event tonight through the first half of tomorrow. It is going to be dangerous to drive across low water bridge crossings. I cannot emphasize that enough. So please take heed to the warning. It's your first alert. Get to high level if you live in lower areas, and do not drive across flooded roadways because the way this flooding will be, you can't tell if the road's there, and there's a good chance it won't be. This flood water could wash out roads. It's that dirty, murky water, so you won't be able to see, and that's how people get hurt. They think the road is there, and then their car goes in. So do not drive across flooded roadways. Again, I'm not getting, what's it look like on GR for me, Cassie?
A little, yeah. Okay, just north of where is where I'm seeing that potential rotation. A little bit of a drop in the CC. That could be the hail marker.
Okay, so okay, so this is where. Let's see if I get an update.
Nothing is
finally
really...
got a reflectivity update. Oh yeah, no. That's a concern right there. I don't have a. I can't. Let me look at that over here. That looks like a tiny debris ball that is just west of where we may have a tornado on the ground again.
Grant, we are.
Yes, sir.
We're in touch with Poplar Bluff. So far, no damage there to report. And Kathy is at home, but she is trying to get some information out of Delta.
Okay, good. All right, thanks. All right, no, that doesn't line up with the CC drop. So, but that would be where the tornado is if there is a tornado. It looks like this is becoming outflow dominant, and the outflow is winning. And again, it's about to cross into much cooler air. But right there, you see that little purple dot? That's what has me concerned about a possible tornado. And you can see the velocity is spinning pretty close to that. And they don't match up perfectly because we got them at slightly different times. But it would be crossing right where Cassie said Ware is right here. Wolf Lake is right here. So it's going to go between Ware and Wolf Lake right on Highway 3 in Union County. Again, this is where they closed if you know where they closed the road for the snake road, that is right there where they closed down for the snake migration. So if you live near that area, you need to be seeking shelter. Get in your basement if you have a basement. If you don't have one, get the lowest level of your home, put as many walls between you and the outside. And a good thing, they just updated the warning. It's no longer a tornado confirmed, it's a tornado warning. But again, once it moves out of this, I think we're okay. Alto Pass, this is going to be getting close to you, but it should be staying just north of Alto Pass as it heads towards the Carbondale area. And the atmosphere is not very conducive once you get out of Union County for tornadoes to touch down. So Carbondale, you'll get some gusty winds. All right, Jackson, listen up for you folks in Jackson. We got a quick spin up that may be trying to form in Jackson. Now, this is that circulation I was watching that was near Marble Hill earlier. It's near the intersection of 34 and 72 right now on the west side of Jackson. Now, it's not extremely tight, but it could spin up. Yeah, it's right there. We've got right at the intersection of 72 and 34 the possibility of a quick spin-up type tornado trying to develop. So if you live on the north side of Jackson, if you live near the Rotary Park there in Jackson, I need you in your safe spot just to be on the safe side. We've got a circulation that's trying to develop on the north side of Jackson, and it's going to be headed towards exit 102 and 105. This circulation is headed towards exit 102 and 105 on 55. So if you live in those areas, let's go ahead and get in your safe spot. Again, we don't have an official tornado warning out on this storm, but I'm looking at the possibility of a quick spin-up tornado right there on the west side of Jackson. And the way these winds are, I want to make sure that everybody is safe tonight with this. All right, so Jackson, just gave you your first alert.
And there's about golf ball sized tail heading in that direction too. With that hill core, that's the latest marker we have.
Okay, and that's going into Jackson pretty much. So it's with this cell right here. And what's happening is we've got this strong outflow. Matter of fact, you can see the outflow's way ahead of it. This thing has got some tremendous winds. That looks like that's the outflow. Let me take a look and just make sure I'm missing something.
Hey, Grant, we got some word from the city manager in Cape. No damage to report just yet. Again, the city manager in Cape lets us know so far no damage in Cape to report. Some traffic problems.
Excellent, excellent that no damage. That was fantastic news. There's that possible tornado near Wolf Lake, between Wolf Lake and Ware. This is that spin up that's trying to happen on the north side of Jackson. Again, officially no warning, but the way things are happening so fast, I want folks on the north side of Jackson for all the way to Interstate 55 between exits 105 and 102 to get in your safe spot for about 5 minutes, just for about 5 minutes. Let's make sure, and I'll check back with it in just a second. Very strong winds and hail moving into Delta right now. So for you poor folks in Delta and the ones that are helping out Delta, I sure hope you're still in your safe spot right now because here's Delta right here. Very large hail over Whitewater. There could be some hail into the Delta area as well, and very strong gusty winds. You can kind of see this bow echo right here. That's moving right into Dalhousie right now. So for my family, you know, it's not gonna blow the house away or anything, but stay away from the windows just in case, because we've got about 60 to 70 mile per hour winds on the apex of this bow that is going to be moving in towards the Dalhousie area, headed towards Menards and headed towards Walmart. Jeff, what do you got?
Just real quick, Grant, I don't want to interrupt you. Kathy's letting me know that she heard back from the Delta Fire Chief. No new damage to report right now in Delta, so that's great news there.
That is great news. Okay, so the tornado did exactly what we were praying for, folks. It looked like it went right into, we didn't want it to hit anybody, but we definitely wanted it to dissipate before moving into Delta, and it looks like it did. It looks like it probably skipped, touched down in Advance, and then it touched down again near Dutchtown, and then it looks like it touched down again as it was moving into the northern parts of Cape Girardeau. So very large hail with this storm. What's the hail marker over Whitewater near the Jackson storm again?
Still close, 1.570.
Okay, so it's come down a little bit, saying golf ball size now. So golf ball size, and you see this little dashed green line? That looks like an outflow boundary. So it looks like that's going to help weaken this storm, we can hope, because we don't need golf ball size hail hitting all these homes because that will do some serious roof damage. Poplar Bluff, you got a big storm over you right now. What's the hail core on Poplar Bluff? Because I think it came down a little bit. It was pretty strong near Donovan.
The latest one still has it at about golf ball. So
Wow. So,
And we have a new severe thunderstorm warning over there as well.
and that's for the Donovan area, is it not?
Yes, for the Donovan
So let me
area.
kind of back things up here. I want to check the circulation I was seeing. I'm going to go back to, oh yeah, that's a big storm right there. Let's see what the shear looks like. That's going to what's the hail marker south and west of Donovan?
1.23.
1.23. We've got a little curlicue on the back side as well. So we'll be watching that. They haven't tagged it that I know of with a possible tornado, but and this is going to be moving towards the Neelyville area. So this storm, in our eyes, over Poplar Bluff right now is probably severe. It's probably producing at least quarter-size hail. This storm, there you go. There's the severe thunderstorm warning for Poplar Bluff over towards the Dexter area. Probably at least quarter-size, but Cassie was telling me our marker is showing golf ball size, and it's been doing pretty good today. So how do we know that? Well, it ingests data of the atmosphere to let us know. Jeff, you got something else?
I was just going to let you know some folks in Perryville a little nervous, as you can imagine, and I just was going to let you know that in case you had any information. I know we talked about that possible funnel cloud or tornado headed toward mile marker 102 and 105 there, which is just outside of Jackson.
Right. Perryville, folks, you're okay. It's noisy, and I understand the anxiety after what you've been through, but again, we're not seeing anything that is of overly concern in Perryville other than some very heavy rain. The flooding is a huge concern. Please take the flooding seriously. Okay, looks like they've gone with a severe thunderstorm warning with a possible tornado tag, and there's that circulation. It's crossed right by Wolf Lake. It went right over Wolf Lake. It's crossing that lookout point right there where the Snake Road is, and there's a little lookout point where you can hike out and just see the sunset. It just shows you all the southeast Missouri. That's where that is right now. So if you know what I'm talking about, that's where it is. This is going just north of the Bald Cross up here near the Alto Pass area, and it is headed towards Carbondale. But again, once it gets out of this polygon, the conditions really go downhill for getting tornadoes down to the ground. Now I want to see about that quick spin up we were watching. No, it looks like that is weakened. So for you folks in the Jackson area that I was concerned with a little bit, I want to go ahead and give you, now you're not in the all clear because there's a big storm moving in there, but I don't see the spin up happening. They just issued a new severe thunderstorm warning for that storm, and they did tag it with a possible tornado because they too see that little quick spin up. We all see the same thing. And boy, we are seeing that storm moving into Cape Girardeau right now. So,
Grant, we got Kathy reporting some pea-sized hail at her place in Jackson. Robbie Myers out of Butler County says that they have strong storms, lightning, no hail reported so far.
okay. All righty, Robbie saying that. I'm thinking on the east side of Poplar Bluff or just north of Poplar Bluff, at least what we're seeing on radar, the storm's definitely holding some hail in the air. Hopefully it's not dropped yet, but eventually it has to drop. So this is a big storm. What did they say in the warning for Butler County and Stoddard County with the hail and the winds? Are they saying quarter and 60?
They're saying quarter and 70 mile per hour wind gusts.
Quarter and 70.
And it's moving about 50 miles per hour.
And so this is headed towards the Dexter area. And again, this is moving into a very favorable tornadic environment. So we'll have to watch this storm closely because none of the energy has been taken here. So once you get to Dexter and over towards Sykeston, the atmosphere is very conducive. Now you can see behind me there the severe storm that is moving into our area right now into Cape Girardeau. Again, we're not seeing
Quarter-sized hail in Gordonville from Greg Carter.
Okay, so we got some quarter-size hail in Carterville.
No, Gordonville.
Gordonville, thank you. And then we've got this storm right here, moving into the southern parts of Ripley County. Let's kind of zoom in here a second. Oh, not zoom in, I want to, I want to take a look at the velocity because it's getting that kidney bean shape to it. And it's, we're watching this closely. It looks like that would be what we would call side lobe contamination because it's just outside the reflectivity, but we're going to be watching that closely. We could be seeing a tornado developing in southern Ripley County. So for you folks in southern Ripley County, we're going to be getting back to you in just a second. We may be having a new tornado that is developing as we speak. So let's get everything caught up to date. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning moving through the northern parts of Cape Girardeau County, extreme southeastern Perry County, moving into Jackson and Union counties. Again, earlier I saw a little bit of circulation near Jackson. That's why they put that tornado possible tag on it. We've got a very interesting cloud feature to the right. If we could take our tower cam and turn it to the right, I don't know if anybody could do that. Just kind of pan our tower cam to the right. I don't know if anybody's in there on it. They may not be. There's a pretty interesting cloud pattern that's moving right. There you go. Go a little bit more. Okay, yeah, we can't go much further. I understand that, yeah, because that kind of blocks it. But that is there was a cloud lowering there, so I'm going to zoom in to Cape Girardeau to see, because I didn't see anything that looked like it was tornadic, but let's zoom in just to be on the safe side. Again, officially, I think now we're almost to the point where we have no tornado warnings. So I'm going to be scanning all these storms here over the next 5 minutes. We'll probably throw things, if we don't get a new tornado warning here shortly, back to regular programming for just a few minutes so we can get organized and catch our breath, because we're definitely coming back, because this is going to be a rough night. We've got a lot of storms to get through. But again, if I see something that concerns me, I'm not going to go anywhere.
Hey, Grant, real quick, I'm sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt you. We also have this information from the Advance Fire Department. No new damage. Right now, they did a rapid assessment, but they're in their safe areas, or they were as of about 6 minutes ago.
All right, okay, good. All right, so I'm looking at Cape Girardeau. We got very strong winds, and we probably have hail coming into the station right now. And again, the tornado that was near the Procter & Gamble area has left the area. And again, this is moving towards Carbondale, but again, the atmosphere quickly drops off. So for Carbondale, Carterville, the tornado threat is extremely low right now. Perryville, the threat is extremely low. Fredericktown, the threat's pretty much over now. Same story for Marble Hill. Once we get this main line through, the rain-cooled air causes a very thick, stable boundary layer that's hard for tornadoes to break through. But we've got very strong storms moving into Cape Girardeau right now, with very strong gusty winds and the likelihood of hail. What's the hail marker at Cape Girardeau storm right now?
It's close to a quarter.
Okay, so about an inch. So thankfully it's not throwing out those golf balls anymore. So that's definitely some good news. Did we just get a new tornado warning? We did. Did we just get it, or is that just the old one?
Let me try and...
It's a different looking little rectangle that popped up that I'm seeing.
I'm waiting for it to load in the chat.
It hasn't loaded in the chat yet.
Okay, so
if there
maybe
is
it's,
one.
let me come over here to, let me look at this on this other source.
In the meantime, pea-sized hail in Jackson.
Okay, yeah, I have no, so this is what I'm talking about right there. I don't remember that one right there. I remember this one, but I don't remember that one.
I
Expires.
believe
Yeah.
it's expired.
Yeah, we have no tornado warnings now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to scan all these storms for about another 5 minutes to give everybody the latest information. These tornado warnings have been expired. They don't go away when they're expired, but they're no longer valid, let's just say. So we officially have no tornado warnings out. We have a strong storm that's producing gusty winds in the Jackson area and pea-sized hail. We've got some strong storms moving into downtown Cape Girardeau right now. This severe storms go back to the Advance and Delta area. Look out Dexter, east of Poplar Bluff, the possibility of some large hail, and then large hail with this storm south of Doniphan. But before we throw things back to regular scheduled programming, I just want to kind of do a quick scan of the velocity through all these storms to make sure everybody's safe. And again, we're not going anywhere, folks, because I can guarantee you we're going to be back on the air here shortly. We just need to kind of catch our breath.
Look near Doniphan, Grant.
Yeah, no, I'm going to definitely do that.
Really good rain coming down at the station.
Yeah, it is pouring here at the station. And let's kind of take there's a tornado, yeah. I knew it was going to pop up because I was about to throw things back. And the last time I saw it, it was pretty tight. So Doniphan, you're under a tornado warning. Yeah, there's the tornado. So we've got a tornado warning out now. This does include the Doniphan area. It goes into the Poplar Bluff area as well. So we have a new tornado warning. Again, I'm not seeing any tornadoes with the activity going through Cape Girardeau. Didn't see anything with this line that's between Cape Girardeau and this storm at Poplar Bluff. But it's in a very favorable environment for a tornado. And I remember looking at this last time, I was like, I think this one's probably going to spin up. And so we've got a possible tornado forming right here in Doniphan, and it's headed towards Poplar Bluff. But yeah, there it is. It's right in Doniphan. So possible tornado in Doniphan right now. It's going to be moving along Highway 160 in northeastern Ripley County, so you need to be seeking shelter. If you are in along Highway 160, if you are along Highway, it's that one that goes north of there, 21, you need to be seeking shelter right now, as a tornado could be headed into your direction right now. Again, this is on the north side of Doniphan. The tornado is crossing the Current River as we speak. I know there's a lot of campgrounds there, there's a lot of cabins. So that's where the tornado is. If you are on the Current River near Doniphan, you need to be seeking shelter right now. Possible tornado in northeastern Ripley County. It's going to clip extreme southeastern Carter County and then move into northwestern Butler County. This does include the polygon stops right at the high school in Poplar Bluff. So the warning goes officially all the way to the high school. Yes, Madeline.
We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for Cape Girardeau County, Alexander County in Illinois, Union County in Illinois, Pulaski County in Illinois, and Scott County in Missouri for a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag.
What are they saying wind speeds on that, please?
The wind speeds for that are 60 miles per hour.
And quarter size hail?
No hail
No
tag
hail.
on it, but it is moving east at 50 miles per
Okay,
hour. It's moving pretty
so I'll
fast.
get to that in just a second. So here's our possible tornado right here. And again, it's crossing the Current River. Let me see if I can get it to, wow, that's definitely, I want to see if we can get it. I just want to see what it looks like from Paducah, because it's definitely there. You can see right where it is from Memphis. Yeah. So Paducah is still lagging behind. So let me take a look at Memphis again. I'll get it to switch to Memphis, and there it is. So what we're talking about is a pretty significant shear marker near Doniphan right now. You can see that right there. That is a very tight circulation as we speak. So what I want to do is pan out, because I want to see this other severe thunderstorm, because they did put a possible tornado tag. That's the one that's going through Cape Girardeau right now. Again, we've got a tornado going through the north side of Doniphan. It's along and north of Highway 160 in northeastern Ripley County. It could clip the extreme southeastern parts of Carter County and the northwestern parts of Butler County. The line of this polygon officially stops right at the high school there on the 67 loop in Poplar Bluff, right where the football stadium is for Poplar Bluff. So again, we've got a very large storm moving towards the Dexter area. And then I want to see this because they tagged it with a possible tornado, just to get an idea, because this is going right over the station right now. Actually, I think it's probably kind of pushed through the station, because again, we're getting a little bit of a delay here with information coming in from Paducah. And that's an interesting little kink right there. I can see why they did that. So East Cape Girardeau, this is probably east of East Cape Girardeau now, a kink, a little rotation that's moving towards the northern parts of Alexander County. So this is going to be headed towards the Tams area. So Tams, to be on the safe side, you may want to just go ahead and head to your safe spot, because there's a pretty good little signature of a little quick spin up, kind of like I did with Jackson earlier, right here, but it's going to be located about right here now. It would have crossed Highway 3, and it's going to be headed towards the northern side of Tams. So, but again, this is the outflow boundary right here. So it's behind the outflow boundary, so that's a good sign, because usually that means that it would stay aloft and not touch down. So we don't have a tornado with it, but there's a possibility of a quick spin-up tornado in northern Union County headed towards the Tams area. Yes, Jeff?
Real quick, Grant, once again talking about the flooding, we're getting word that the road washed away in Wayne County near Lick Branch. They're saying County Road 353A, road washed away, not connected to the bridge, water about 2 feet over the bridge.
Wow. Okay. So there's what we're talking about with the flooding. Remember I said earlier that roads will probably be washed away and you won't be able to tell because of how dirty the water is? Well, if somebody was trying to drive there right now, the road's gone and they're going to be gone, because you're not going to be able to stop yourself. If you get into that, the car gets into the water, the car's gone. I always say flooding is very easy to survive. You have to stay out of the water. And I'm not being funny, I'm being serious, because people continue to drive in that flooding water. And roads are now being eroded. So you don't know if the road's there. So if you come to a flooded roadway, do not drive across it, please. And then you can see this outflow boundary. It curls right into this storm. So, Jeff, did you have something else to say?
I just want to correct myself. It's Luck Branch. I don't know if I said it right a minute ago.
Which-
Luck Branch
okay.
in Wayne County.
So you see this outflow boundary from the thunderstorm. So this activity on the north side of it should begin to weaken here or not intensify more. But you see how this turns? It's going right into this storm right here. So we really need to watch this storm west of Dexter along Highway 60, because it could spin up if it rides that outflow boundary. And again, here's our tornado warning. Let's see what the shear looks like. Again, we're on Paducah now. I'm going to try and see if we can get it to switch to, wow, that is a tight rotation. We getting any updates on that one?
I haven't got anything in the chat about it and no reports.
Okay, well, hopefully that stays aloft, because that is a very tight, that's one of the tighter rotations we've seen all day, at least coming from Paducah. Trying to get it to change. There we go. It changed to Memphis. So let's see what it looks like on the Memphis site. Right, yeah, a little tight circulation right there, north and east of Doniphan. And there's a significant hail marker, at least a hail spike with the CC. What's the hail marker showing near Doniphan?
On Doniphan, an inch.
An inch. So we got quarter-size hail falling northeastern Ripley County. That's going to be headed towards Poplar Bluff, and a possible tornado as well. That is a very strong rotation that is moving through the Doniphan area as we speak in northeastern Ripley County. Again, this is just north of Doniphan. Let me zoom in a little bit more. I want to name, I'm sure there's a few more roads. I want to make sure that everybody that is in the path of this tornado is safe. Again, we've got highway, here's Grandin. I said Grandin a few times on Wednesday night as well. Here's Highway 21. Again, we're not getting a lot of roads showing up here, but I'm sure there are some. So if you live in northeastern Ripley County, if you live east of 21 and north of 160, I need you in your basement. Please get out of harm's way. Put as many walls between you and the outside. If you don't have a basement, by getting on that lower interior floor, a bathroom may not be the best choice. Again, we always say, if the bathroom has a window, then that's an exterior wall, and that's not the proper choice. You need to have as many walls surrounding you as possible. If that is your only choice, if you don't have an interior room, and I know some builders now are not doing that, they have all rooms have an exterior, then the bathroom's probably your best bet, getting in that bathtub. But I want to make sure that everybody stays safe in northeastern Ripley County. This is going to clip southeastern Carter County, State Highway K east of Grandin. That's where you need to be seeking shelter. And then the western parts of Poplar Bluff if you live near the high school west, I want you seeking shelter as well in northwestern Butler County, because this rotation is headed your way as we continue to track this possible tornado. Again, we haven't had any damage reports with it yet, so hopefully it stays aloft. But this possible tornado is moving through Ripley County right now, about to move into Butler County, and numerous flash flood warnings as well. Let's kind of get an update on this storm that's headed towards Dexter, because it could be riding an outflow boundary. And when that happens, that helps the low-level shear and can help things spin up just a bit. So let's kind of look in here and see if we see any possible tornado. I'm not seeing it right now, so that's definitely some good news. But again, is there a hail marker with the storm west of Dexter?
Yeah, close to 2 inches.
Okay, so this is still a big storm. This has got the golf ball size hail still. It's headed towards Dudley right now. It is right over Ash Hill, So this is going to head towards Dexter. This is going to head towards Bloomfield. The core should stay just north of Bernie, but it is going to be close. So we'll continue to monitor that as well. Let's head back up to the storm that's headed towards the Tams area that had a little bit of a kink earlier. Want to make sure that that's okay. Again, this outflow boundary is wrapping right into that area. It looks to me like, yeah, I'm not seeing it anymore, so that's good. It doesn't look all that impressive, but it's a very strong gusty wind. So for southern Union County and for northern Pulaski and Alexander County, We need to be aware that a severe thunderstorm is moving into your area right now. Not the time to be looking out the window or going driving. There's some hail, there's some very high winds, and it's moving off to the east at about 50 miles per hour. Let's pan things up a little more. I want to take a look up towards the Carbondale area where we had that tornado earlier. Again, it's moving right into Carbondale, but I want to make sure that everybody in the Carbondale area realizes what's happening. Because again, this is going to be an elevated storm. I'm not seeing tornadoes. I am seeing a little bit of a, it's very broad. I don't think we're going to get a tornado out of that. Again, this storm is likely elevated pretty substantially based on the, hey, would you do me a favor? Take the cursor, put it over the Carbondale METAR, and let me know what the dew point is.
54.
54. So it came up a degree, but still, again, to get tornadoes today, we really need about 60 to 65. And so we're a lot cooler than that right now. So this is mainly going to be hail and the possibility of the hail bringing some gusty winds down to the surface. But a lot of time when these storms are elevated, we don't even get the hail to the ground. So I know there's folks in Mount Vernon, DuQuoin, Tamaroa, thunder, lightning, heavy rain. Why aren't you mentioning our town? Are we okay? You're okay. On nights like tonight when it's extremely busy, if we are not saying your community, you should feel pretty good that you're in the clear for the time being. So we've got a tornado warning out for Ripley County going into northwestern Butler County. We've got a very strong storm moving towards Dexter that could spin up a tornado if it interacts with that outflow boundary. So we'll have to watch that. And we've got more storms to the north and west of the Jonesboro area. But so far, we're not getting a lot of, we were really worried about some isolated storms forming out ahead of this. And as we look into the area we'd be concerned with, we don't see it. Now, I see this near Little Rock, but by the time those storms will make to our neck of the woods, the line's going to be through our area. So I'm feeling good about not seeing those isolated storms. And that really cuts back on the severity of the tornadoes. But again, like we say, even a EF0, EF1 can do some significant damage, and if it hits you, it really doesn't matter because it can, really cause some issues. Let's get back down to that tornado warning now. Any word on this?
Not in the chat.
Pretty quiet
Not
in the
that
chat?
I'm seeing.
Not seeing anything now.
All right, so this is headed towards, if it holds together, it is headed towards the Poplar Bluff area. I'll pan this off to the west here just a bit, and then we're going to kind of scan it. So the tornado itself is now would be to the north and east of the Doniphan area. And it looks a lot weaker, but there it is. It's still there. We've got a little bit of a spin in extreme northeastern Ripley County. And again, that's going to be headed in towards northwestern Butler County. So a possible tornado in Ripley County moving into Butler County. This is if you take the highway to go out from Poplar Bluff to Elsinore. If you live along that highway, you definitely need to be seeking shelter. I think that's Highway 60. I want to just double check. Yeah, I do. It's the big 4-lane highway crossing right near the Black River. That's where this possible tornado is going to go. This tornadic circulation will stay south and east of Elsinore. So I'm not really concerned about Elsinore with that tornado. This is a developing storm, but there's no warning out on it, but it looks like it's getting a little bit stronger. Let me just double check, make sure we don't have anything in there. You see the storm that's just north of Poplar Bluff? Is there a hail marker on it, Cassie?
Yes, it's less than an inch.
Okay. That's all I need to know. Thanks. But it looks like it's a developing updraft, so it could be a new storm that we need to be concerned with later. So severe storm from Puxico down towards Ash Hill, just east of Ash Hill now. That's headed towards the Dexter area. What's the hail core on that? Is it still 2 inches or close to it?
1.32.
1.32. So this one's come down. And what's the hail core on the storm that's headed towards Poplar Bluff now, east of Doniphan?
Less than an inch.
Less than an inch. So all of our storms appear, at least right now, to be in a weakening phase. And they'll do that. They'll cycle up and down. And again, if this tornado warning is dropped, we're going to throw it back to regular scheduled programming to catch our breath for just a few minutes, because I have a sneaky suspicion we are not done tonight until this line moves all the way through. But we've got a tremendous line of thunderstorms with hail, high winds and the possibility of tornadoes. And in addition to that, extreme flash flooding. And believe it or not, where we're seeing all this heavy rain right now, there's a good chance we get another round of heavy rain tomorrow. So that's really going to aggravate the flooding situation, and that's why we were really concerned about the flooding. So Mount Vernon, big storm went through your area, but it was elevated. Maybe got a little bit of hail, but that should have been about it. We're not seeing any tornadoes in this area. We're not seeing any tornadoes. The Perryville area looks like you're fine. Not going to see any tornado threat tonight. It looks like northern Bullinger County from Marble Hill north for the rest of the night should be okay. Marquand, Fredericktown, no tornado threat. Same tornado threat. There's still a thunderstorm threat, still a hail threat, but the tornado threat. And for the most part, Wayne County, around the Piedmont area, all of Reynolds County looks like the tornado threat is over. And a good bit of Carter County, I think that threat is over as well for tornadoes. There's going to be thunderstorms all night. There's going to be a chance of hail all night. And every once in a while, if there's enough hail, you could get some gusty winds. But the tornado threat that most folks are concerned with, that don't go to sleep because of that, I'm trying to point those areas out for you so your mind can be at ease. All right, let's take a look at these two storms right here. We've got another outflow boundary forming off of this one. So this one could be coming outflow dominant as well. And then we've got this possible tornado here. We still haven't heard anything on that tornado near Donovan, have we?
No, but they extended that severe thunderstorm warning, and they did tag it with a tor possible, even though it's not showing up there, over Butler County.
Over Butler County, okay. I wonder why it didn't show up in our thing.
And it does clip parts of Ripley County, but for this storm that's headed towards Poplar Bluff.
I got you. It's for the, and so they're not going to go with a tornado warning. They're going to, let me back things up because sometimes, usually it catches it. It didn't catch it this time. Yes, sir, Jeff.
Real quick, we're getting word from the Perry County Sheriff's Department tonight. Intersection of Church and Chloe closed due to water over the road. Use alternate route. Church, and I believe it's either Chloe or Chloe. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong.
And that's in Perry County,
Perry
Missouri?
County Sheriff's
Is
Department.
it Missouri or Illinois?
This is, I am not sure, Grant. Give me a second here. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine.
The tornado warning has been
Missouri.
canceled.
This
Missouri,
is Perry County,
okay.
Missouri.
What'd you say, Madeline?
The tornado warning has been canceled.
The tornado warning has been canceled. So we've got flooding concerns in Perry County, Missouri. We're going to have flooding concerns in Perry County, Illinois as well, but I just wanted to make sure we got that report. Cape Girardeau County is under a flash flood warning. Just about all of our northwestern counties are under a flash flood warning. So here's what we're going to do right now. There are officially no tornado warnings, and before we get another tornado warning, we need to throw things back to regular programming, catch our breath. We're going to look over some things, and I'm sure we're going to be breaking back in throughout the evening to keep you safe.